Neighbors 2 is a comedy starring Seth Rogen, Zac Efron, Rose Byrne, Chloë Grace Moretz, and many others. Now in this movie, the Radner family, which is Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, have just sold their home. And of course, the sorority decides to move in right next door. And because of this, they have a battle against them, which is exactly the same as the first movie. I have to say, this was actually the first movie I ever went and saw by myself. It's a very, very, very funny movie, I found. There were some genuine times in the movie where I literally laughed out loud, like, ah! Because that's what I do when I laugh out loud. Ah! There was this specific moment at the start of the movie where something was revealed, and I was like, what? No way. Huh. I don't want to spoil it, because when you see it, you're going to go, what the, how, huh? Zac Efron and Seth Rogen's chemistry is still completely on point. They are hilarious together. And Rose Byrne shines once again in this movie. She's still the funniest part of the Neighbors series, I guess you'd put it. This is the second movie. There'll probably be a third movie. Probably have to move again, because like a rowdy old age home moves in next door or something. I don't know. Now, do I feel like this sequel was necessary? No, it really wasn't. Do I feel like they rehashed way too many of the plot points? Yes, I do. And I also found that the sorority girls, they were a little bit more justified, I guess, in wanting to stay at the sorority house, but they were also less justified at the same time. I know that doesn't make any sense. Like, their reason for being there was a great reason, but their reason to stay there was kind of weak, in my opinion. Like, the whole movie could have been avoided if they had just done one thing. It's something that the screenwriters couldn't get away with, no matter what. They kind of like put themselves in a hole, because if they went one way, people are going to be like, well, why didn't they just do that at the beginning? But they had decided to like kind of get it out of the way at the start, but then I was kind of like, why didn't they just take that option? Because that would have been much easier for everybody. But that's my opinion. You'll have to see the movie to decide on your own. So I think the movie was hilarious. It had a couple weak parts, mainly the villains of the movie, the villains, the sorority villains. They weren't really villains. They were, I mean, they seemed to be more extreme. They even mentioned that in the movie when they do some of the things to the Radners. It's a little more extreme. But at the end of the day, they're just not as memorable as the fraternity brothers from the first movie. So I am going to give Neighbors 2 a 6.5 out of 10. It was a good movie. I think you'll laugh a lot, but don't expect anything more than that. And until next time, I'm Ryan Graham, and you're not.